Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Christy here doing the weekly reading for the sign of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is for the week of December 5th through the 12th. With the full moon moving through Gemini this weekend, we're going to be doing your general reading with the theme of what do you need to pay attention to this week. So this is a general reading for your sign. Whatever is most prominent in your life, I encourage you to take these messages and apply them to. And I hope that you find them helpful and healing. So, what does Sagittarius need to pay attention to this week? I like to remind my viewers that if you don't have time or don't enjoy the shuffling, just check out the scroll bar below and skip ahead to when the cards are laid. It's usually around the 3-minute mark. But for those who do enjoy the shuffling or do have the time, stick around. We're just looking for 2 more jumpers. We might have touched on this fairly recently, Sagittarius. Basically, we're looking at issues of healing, of very likely self-dialogue, forgiveness of the self. Really is just as important as forgiveness of other people. Sometimes we undermine how negatively we can interpret ourselves, how negatively we can examine, or even how unfairly we can examine or perceive of ourselves if we've ever made a mistake, right? Which, if you're over a year old, you've probably made a mistake. But sometimes we get so accustomed to beating ourselves down over it. Or if it is an external mistake that was made in our lives and someone hurt us, we become very reluctant to forgive, because somehow that lets them off the hook. But what forgiveness does is it sets us free from the bondage, the association we have with that trauma. And it sounds counterintuitive, but what forgiveness does and what it's designed to do is to set us free. It really has very little to nothing to do with the other person. In fact, who's being forgiven doesn't even have to know. They don't even have to say sorry. They might not even be welcome in your life anymore. They might not have even known they've done something wrong. But the curious thing about this is that it actually doesn't matter what they think or what they get out of it, okay? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you are healing and you get something out of it, and you're able to let go of the trauma and of the, what I like to call, the repeat of those images, of that cinema, of that videotape, right? I mean, I've been there. I've had to forgive because something was on repeat. Something was taking over my heart and soul, and I felt like I couldn't escape until I set them free. So there is forgiveness work for you to pay attention to this week. Do you need to get down to the nitty-gritty this week? Maybe not, right? Maybe it's just something to look at and examine if there are issues to forgive or to overcome this week. It could be a nice week to maybe write some things down. We're looking at your central card here. This is harmony. This is really about balance, right? This is about what do you really need right now from yourself and from others, but primarily from yourself. It's a beautiful place to start, always with ourselves, because then we can create the healthy boundaries that we need, instead of being told what we need and being told what we deserve. We get to decide that, right? So if you create a harmonious environment for yourself, then you know how that feels, and now you know what to expect. Now you have your healthy boundaries and your expectations set at a nice, healthy level for yourself, and this is what will be provided to you. One quick note around the Harmony card is that there could be a lot of artistic expression this week, and you could be doing healing work through the arts this week as well, okay? You could be drawing, painting, sketching, dancing, singing, emoting, right? If you're an actor or an actress. You could be skating. You could be designing something. Anything that has to do with the arts in general, or what you consider artistic. It could be cooking and baking this week, okay? Don't discount the domestic arts as well. Could be the sexual arts. Could be sexual healing. But certainly healing and an artistic expression does play a big part in what we need to pay attention to this week, Sagittarius. So healing is a major component. It is the influence to your current position, to what you're really deciding on, what's important to you. And the reason why I'm talking about forgiveness at all is because this is your probable outcome. This is a decision really that you need to come to terms with. As I said, you don't need to necessarily practice this week. It could just be an element of what are you holding on to, right? In terms of what do you need to pay attention to? What's being held on to? Is it beautiful for you? Is it creating a beautiful outcome for you? Or is it creating pain? Is it creating division? Is it creating issues or problems or more trauma? Remember, forgiveness has less to do with the person who hurt us and more to do with liberating ourselves from what the trauma has done to us. Blessings is your general energy card for the week. This is really just reminding yourself that you do have what it takes. You are where you're supposed to be this week. Anything you need or ask for this week is provided to you. Ask and you shall receive is a really nice way to go throughout this week as well, Sagittarius. If you have a significant other, it might be a nice week to ask for their input, maybe to ask for their patience even at this time, particularly if you are working through something that's difficult for you. You can trust that they will be there for you and that they love you. It's actually part of your blessing. If you aren't in a romantic relationship, you can certainly turn to friendships, or, as is being shown here, a higher power, right? This is a beautiful guide for you. A higher power is saying, yes, you do deserve to rise above, okay? And you do have what it takes. And it is the right time. You can rise above. But you need to believe that you're worthy. You need to believe that it's possible. You need to believe, first and foremost, that even the beginning phases of healing through forgiveness to create harmony, to live in your balance, and to create and to feel as though it's positive and healthy and even seductive, to be in this state of creation, co-creation this week, is going to help lead you to a new sense of yourself. You're going to be able to break free from something here. You get to wake up from something that's felt like a bit of a slumber. 10-1, this is of a spiritual nature for you. If this isn't something that you're comfortable with, it could feel a little uncertain. It could feel unsteady. It could even feel strange. But if you are interested in the spiritual arts or in the healing arts, this is going to be a beautiful next step for you, a beautiful, the next level. You're leveling up here. You have a new life through higher power. Your healing and forgiveness work is going to be exhibited. You're going to be able to express this, okay? And then through the process of counting your blessings and feeling blessed, you're going to feel emboldened. This is going to strengthen you. And here with your final card, this is Otter. This is Woman Medicine. I'm guessing you are a woman watching this, or if you are a man, you have a woman in your life who does have this type of work to do. You can really assist her this week by being there for her and by understanding what it is that she is working on healing and acting as a support for her, okay? It would be a nice week for you to pay attention to how this impacted her and what she does need to work through, so that you can assist her properly. If you are a woman watching, this is your medicine. Your woman medicine is getting back into your sensual and your female, the divine female dynamic that you are and that you exhibit, that you won't let be taken advantage of, that you won't let anyone drag you down or take advantage of this or steal this from you, right? This is yours, and you have to give this willingly. No one can take this from you. But you have to feel safe in your sensuality, and you have to feel like you're in charge of sharing it. So you can feel safe. You can forgive. You can feel safe. You can forgive. Maybe pay attention to if it's the right time for you to look at least one area in your life that you can do forgiveness work around. And then maybe over the next several weeks, you can look at how to go about that. I don't think there's an enormous rush, and I don't even think it's wise to do this in a rushed manner anyway. Just take it sort of step by step. Remember that healing is the motivation here. It's not a deadline. It's not an exam, okay? And do your best every day for yourself. And once you feel that you're doing your best every day, you'll feel more confident moving ahead. So that is your reading for the week, Sagittarius. I really hope that you enjoyed that. If you have a second, comment below. I love hearing from you. And if you're not already, subscribe to my channel and like my videos. That really helps me out as well. So until we meet in the next video, take excellent care of yourselves. Bye for now.